Hey guys,
Hey,
it's Dane and Amy. And we're
how is everybody?
hopefully everybody was able to migrate over here from the Instagram.
Right.
Let's try that again. Oh
Okay.
boy. All right. Whew. No more buttons. What are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you got? Oh, you got all kinds of stuff for us.
What
You've
do you
got
mean?
we're loaded up. I mean, people are probably looking or they're gonna log in and they're gonna go, there's a mountain of condiments in between their microphones,
No.
you know. Well, tell me what you want. You want that one there? Look at that. Boom. Now we're like the real deal.
Yeah. I don't
Drop a comment, say hi, tell
know.
us who you are, where you're at, and what you're
Rhonda
drinking.
Lee! Rhonda Lee!
Hey, Rhonda.
Yay!
We're so glad you're here.
How's the weather in Nova Scotia?
Yeah. I
Tell
mean,
us.
we can't decide. Honestly, Florida can't make up its mind. Last night it got chilly for us.
Don't
Today,
don't talk down about Florida. It had its birthday yesterday, and I really want cooler weather tomorrow. So let's not talk down to Florida.
I know. I got you.
You
I
know,
got you.
you know what I'm saying to you.
I do.
I mean.
I do. Yes. Let us know who you are, what you're drinking, if
Mm.
anything.
How the weather is, if there's something we need to celebrate with you,
Yes.
like
Especially if there's something we need to celebrate with you.
over on Instagram, we were shouting out JoJo, who is a patron of ours, and she's packing and she is about to go to the Lucky Leprechaun half.
I am so excited for her on that. I really
Yeah.
am having starting to have some of that FOMO you were having,
Mm, yeah.
um, for live races
Mm,
because
yeah.
just it's been so long since we had I mean, we've had a couple of smaller local events, of course, but there's just nothing like a big in-person event. And I know they're coming.
And undiscovered country for us. Like we love to explore new places by running races and being there that way. Cheryl, how are you? A crisp Chardonnay. A crisp Chardonnay. So that just, yes, sounds delightful. And then how is the weather where you are, Cheryl? And I think Rhonda Lee's going to report in. I don't know if I turned off the notification so it keeps.
I'm pretty confident we didn't, but that was my fault because you were helping finish up my craft services duties and
No, I was not.
responsibilities.
I was not. You did it all.
Hardly.
You did it all. Yeah.
I did some of the prep, but Amy brought the ball over the end zone, over the goal line.
Darlene is here too.
Excellent.
Rhonda Lee.
21 degrees Fahrenheit. Oof. Goodness.
Mm.
And Darlene's popping in. She's popping in to talk about the Coca-Cola with caramel.
Oh,
Oh, if you were over on the Instagram chat, our beverage
good
over
for you, but
there
I'm sad for me.
was, yeah. Well, I mean, our beverage was this, and we're gonna have it here right now. Why don't we start with that
That
one?
you want to start with vanilla?
Yeah,
Okay. This is
Coca-Cola with coffee. And are you gonna read the
yeah,
description
yeah. I
for
will. And
everybody?
I brought shorter
But
glasses.
here's what the cans look like. I mean, these are kind of marketed, and they're shaped a lot like the energy drinks, whether it's like a Monster or a Red Bull or those type of things. But these are made by Coca-Cola. These are
Yes.
basically kind of their canned version of something I used to make when I was a barista back in college. And Rob Nadow also jumped in. He
Yes.
is
California,
coming from Cali.
70 degrees. What a swing from Rhonda Lee.
Oh,
And Darlene says it's cold,
yeah, that's 50-degree difference right
right?
there.
Yeah. So, Coca-Cola on their website, thecoca-colacompany.com, they say more than 50% of Coca-Cola drinkers and coffee loyalists enjoy both beverages on a regular basis. Many people are torn between reaching for a soft drink or coffee at 3 p.m. at work, at school, or on the go. Now, you don't need to leave Coca-Cola to get your coffee fix. So, yes.
Again, not a sponsor. This is just something we saw, and Amy being, I mean, I thought I was a coffee fiend,
Sips like Coke, finishes like coffee. That's what they say.
but good find.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah.
two. We have two of the three flavors. Amy was
Yeah.
able to get the,
Darlene for the win. She's gonna get the caramel. She's gonna let us know how it
yeah.
is.
Report back, Darlene. We do want to know.
Yeah.
But this one here, of course, it looks exactly like Coca Cola. We're actually doing like in like wine glasses here because we're doing like a classy tasting here. Cheers.
Stay classy, like Ron Burgundy.
I say
Share.
that
Oh,
as I'm sitting next to a mountain of mayonnaise.
well, I mean, you know.
And we'll explain that if you weren't on the Instagram chat, we will explain that as well.
So
And James is asking if you missed the perfect bite.
you did
No, no, my
not.
friend. The perfect
No,
bite is
no,
coming at the end. You got to stick around for
for
that.
the payoff.
And we have to explain to everybody what
What it
that is.
is. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, this one I think of the two, I think that the dark blend, which we're going to get to, tastes more like coffee. This
Yeah, this tastes like a vanilla Coke to me. I don't get a whole lot of coffee flavor from this.
I don't either. Now, it's good.
Yeah.
It's certainly pleasant.
I mean, well, when you talk about like the flavored Coca-Cola products, I will tell you that I think that the cherry Coke is better than the vanilla Coke or other kinds of flavored Cokes that they've had. I want to say cherry Coke is I love cherry Coke. But
Yeah, yeah, and I normally for sodas, I go with, the 0 sugar or Coke
yeah, Coke
Zero.
Zero.
So
He likes it.
they do the cherry Coke Zero or cherry Coke Zero sugar. I mean, somebody in their
Whatever it
marketing
is.
office needs to be fired. 0 sugar, just call it Coke Zero.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
this is pleasant enough, but,
It is.
let's kind of for those that again that maybe didn't join us over on the Instagram
We'll
chat.
give a quick recap. Cheryl hasn't heard anything good about these. I guess she's saying
Honestly, these are not bad.
not
I,
bad.
I for a 12 ouncer though, you're paying about $2.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering about the zero sugar ones. Like they weren't not on the shelf where when I went to get them.
Right.
So I just wonder about those and how like if more coffee flavor comes through because there's less sugar or I don't know. You never know. So, but the caramel wasn't there and the zero sugar was not there.
So you went for the vanilla.
Mhm.
And I said the vanilla's not bad,
Yeah.
but just I'm
Yeah.
typically not a soda
You know,
person.
Lynn, I have my coffee in the morning and my Diet Coke in the afternoon. It's fizzy. Yes,
Yeah, it's
it's carbonated just like a Coca-Cola beverage.
when I was a barista, back in college, I worked for a company called Caribou Coffee. And this is back when they were a family owned company. And very often we would have people come in and ask for a Coca Cola with a shot of espresso. And it was very popular. So,
Did you ever try it?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You didn't care for it. Look at your face.
it's one of those things that is just kind of a, I don't know if I thought it was a regional thing or just, at first I thought it was a regional thing, but we had enough people ask for it that
It just became
yeah, I was kind of
a deal,
surprised.
right? Yeah.
You did in fact see a Coke logo. This is made by Coca-Cola. This
Is that
is,
is that fun size Jen there in the chat that I
let's
see?
see.
I believe so.
Rhonda does not think she would have enjoyed
Joy. She
this.
hasn't had Coke in like 15 years, she said.
I can understand that. I mean, we've kind of gone away from colas. I mean, pretty hardcore. The exception to that being we make and drink a lot of fizzy water. We have a
Yeah.
soda stream here at the house. We love it,
Mhm.
and then we just do fruit in the water a lot.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but this had coffee, so we had to try it. 15 years. It's been a while for us too. It hasn't quite been 15.
No, because we use deep like our coach, like Jeff Galloway, we have used defizzed Coke in their last decade as runners,
Yes.
as on course hydration
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it's funny
We have done that.
to watch Jeff running down the street with a 20-ounce bottle of Coke in his pocket.
We did that at the Donna. We saw him at the Donna. He blew past us and he had him in his short pockets.
He did.
It was the greatest thing. It was so great to be on the course with him
It was very cool.
and see that. I'm just having FOMO because JoJo's going to the race. I think Jennifer Hall has Fun Size Jen. I think she has a 10K in Pennsylvania coming soon.
Nice.
And I think
Jealous.
Cheryl did have an 8-hour race, but I'm not sure if she's still doing that or if it hasn't happened or it's in April. I can't remember the status of
So
that.
so let us
So let
know
us know.
if you're still in the chat.
Yeah, because we've been trying to shout out everybody like Jessica last week with the orange blossom half and
That looked like so much fun.
it looked humid to me,
Oh,
but
well, yeah, that start line was in fog.
mm,
Ooh,
mm. So and it I we had Jennifer Fink that did a 5K organized by a local high school. And and she said that it was kind of in disarray or there were some challenges that those race organizers faced. Um, but I think that sometimes that creates a good, the good memories. Yeah. Yeah. So
now that's interesting. Rob says
what
that
does he say?
doesn't drink mini Cokes regularly, but I have them during the ultra runs.
Yeah.
There is something
See?
about if you're really thirsty, a Coca-Cola kind of hits differently than just having it, with a beverage or with a meal or whatever else.
Mm,
But
mm.
I could see that. And speaking of your ultras, when you showed that, Rob posted a great photo today in the
Runcation.
Runcation Nation
Yeah.
Facebook group, and that
Yeah.
was the Bonneville Salt Flats. Oh, I would love to run there.
He posted other photos too. But it's so interesting all the different terrain that he sees, all the different conditions he gets to run in. And I just it's amazing like all the different landscapes that he gets to explore. And he brings that right home to us.
I
He
mean,
shares it with us.
yeah, and some of his pictures
Yeah.
are just like postcard material. They're awesome.
Yeah. So,
And Cheryl says flat soda is a staple at ultra stations. You know what's
yeah.
funny is, in spite of the fact that we're now, 50 years into modern running,
Yeah.
and you still have something as simple as flattened Coke or flattened soda
But I think that's why.
being used.
I think that's why. I think there are, and don't get me wrong, there are many products out there. Sport beans we've used successfully, but some of the blocks and some of the goos just don't. They tend to affect people
Oh,
differently,
sure.
and they may cause gastrointestinal distress,
Hmm.
and that is not good.
No,
So
not at all.
is that Meb hanging out in the background? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Hey, your new lighting is paying off.
The new lighting is in fact paying off. I'm
Yeah.
still dialing it in, and I
Yeah.
think that we are going to be losing this green screen back here because we don't use it all the time. So I'm going to probably store it,
Yeah, until we need
and
it and
break it
use
down.
it. And
But
yeah.
yeah, and that'll
Mhm.
also give me a little bit of room, which will
Yeah.
be kind of nice. So
Meb
yeah,
autographed that book for us.
yeah.
26 marathons. He autographed that and sent that our way. And I I love that book and I've listened to that audiobook and read that book on numerous occasions. There are so many life lessons that he talks about. I would love to do like a live book discussion
Oh yeah.
on some of those chapters like with our patrons.
That could be something,
That would
you've
be
been talking about you're gonna work on
fantastic.
enriching some of the patronage levels this
Mhm.
year,
Mhm.
and you've been kicking around the idea of like a book club
Mhm.
for a
Yeah.
while, so that might be cool.
So, stay tuned, but yeah, I love that and it was one of the best moments of all time to be able to interview Meb not once but twice
Yeah,
on the show.
what a nice guy. We
Yeah.
were able to hook up with him the last 2
Yeah.
times we did the Gasparilla, and so much fun. Great race.
They went
This year's
virtual. Yeah, disappointing.
they initially moved the Gasparilla to May,
They were
and then they
hoping.
just announced
I
they're gonna go
know.
virtual, and it's
No.
like, come I mean, again,
Mhm.
I get it.
Yeah.
Every time I say this, it's like a caveat. Like I understand, the erring on the side of caution thing, but
Yeah.
man, I was kind of hoping, even though I didn't want to run it because I didn't want to run
In the
Bayshore
heat.
in May.
Yeah.
I grew up in Tampa. I've been on Bayshore in May. It
Mhm.
sucks.
Yeah.
So it was going to be 3 hours of suck, but
Mhm.
I understand.
Yeah.
And let's see, Cheryl dropped from her 25K. She's still doing the overnight 8 in April. Cool.
So that's yeah,
That'd be
so
fun.
I
I think
just
a over
remembered it wrong,
overnight
see?
overnight 8. So I'm assuming an 8 miler.
No, that's 8 hours.
Oh, 8 hour. Oh, never mind. No,
That's
no.
8
Oh,
hours.
8 miles. That sounds fun. 8 hours. You can have that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I could do 8 miles overnight.
yeah.
No problem.
Backyard Ultra.
McLeod, California
California
live
live event,
event, May 29th.
5/29. Good. Oh, yay. Good for you. I
Nice.
like seeing all these reports of the live
Starting to
races.
come back.
Mhm.
Starting to come back. And then,
So
yeah. And then Jennifer's asking why flat content without the fizz. Yeah. Actually,
great. Mhm. Yeah.
Amy's done this on some of her very much longer runs when she gets into like the 20-mile range or so,
Mhm.
or well, actually even with like 13 milers.
Yep.
And if you don't defizz it enough and you put it in your race belt, it will pop the tops for you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going to defizz one way or another.
Yeah.
So you better help it along.
True enough. Lessons that we've learned together.
Yeah. Well, again, just about every running mistake that could be made, we have made.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whether it's picking shoes, not doing a training plan to start out,
Mhm.
not defizzing our Coke, quite enough.
Yeah.
Again, Cheryl, my idea of 8 miles overnight would be, perfectly acceptable
I
at
mean,
this point. Yeah,
yeah.
and in fact, you could even get a relay team together and do it.
So like of 8 people.
Make people. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
a couple of virtuals to complete this month too. Yeah.
yeah.
So do I.
Yes, you do. But
Yep.
okay, we've
Mhm.
been dancing around this
Okay. All right.
long enough.
All right.
Let's kind of explain to people why there is a pyramid of mayonnaise and mayonnaise related products in between us here. Oh, thank you, Vanna. The last week in our Instagram chat, we had what could best be described as some incredibly um, vigorous debate
Yes.
that took place. We were talking about a couple of different things. We're talking about mayonnaise. How that topic started, I don't recall, but we were talking about mayonnaise. And then in the
I
course of
don't
that,
remember.
we had two camps really develop.
Yeah.
And one camp was for Hellman's mayonnaise, and the other
Yeah.
camp was for a mayonnaise called Duke's. Now, there is a third one up here, and that's the Miracle Whip. And that's because in the course of that conversation, I talked about something from my childhood, which was my mom would used to make me banana sandwiches with Miracle Whip. And in fact, me and all the neighborhood kids. And that was kind of the only thing we really used Miracle Whip for. Although I actually take that back. She would do bologna sandwiches with Miracle Whip too. Main thing for me was the banana sandwiches, and it's more of an associative
Mm,
thing.
mm.
And we already have looks like
John, he's starting early.
you
See
know
in the discussion.
yeah the camps or the battle lines are being drawn already. Um, but so I just mentioned that, and then this whole debate took place, and then that kind of
Yeah.
veered off into like a pizza debate that has been kind of quietly raging really for the last week, talking about
It's
New York pizza
true.
versus Chicago pizza. So we'll have to do some comparison of that. And I'm sorry, we also talked about snack foods, so like bagel
We
bites
did.
versus Totino's pizza rolls. We talked about that here some too.
We did.
So
Totally.
we thought, that's too much to compare and contrast in one chat, but we thought we could bring some of that forward into this week's episode. So what we did was we, of course, got all of the product. And Vanna, if you would Vanna for me here because you're doing it so well. We got the product here, and we have one jar of each. We have a jar of Miracle Whip. We
Oh,
have
I'm
a jar
sorry.
of Hellman's mayonnaise. We have a jar of Duke's. And we were talking about this on the last one. I Up until a couple of years ago,
Here you go, John.
we never had heard of Duke's.
Let me get the
It
light
really wasn't
there.
a thing for us. So this is kind of a new thing for us. And Hellman's
It's a
is,
new thing for us.
well, Duke's is, it's a new
Yeah.
brand.
Yes. Okay.
And
Now I
then,
have it right.
Hellman's is that's kind of our mainstay. That's the one that we've always uh, done.
That's
And
true. Yeah.
yeah, it's let's see. Cheryl's commenting on settling your stomach if you start to feel nauseated. I think she's talking about flattened Coke and not so much the the mayonnaise. So at least I hope that's what you're talking about,
What did
Cheryl.
you say?
It can settle your stomach if you start to feel nauseated.
I agree with that about the soda, about Coca-Cola
But not
or
so much about the
Sprite,
mayonnaise.
not about the mayonnaise. But I think she's talking about the Coke.
Yes, she's talking
Yeah.
about the flattened Coke.
Yeah.
I picked up what she's putting down.
Of course.
And Rob, okay, now see, we do have battle lines being drawn. Rob's like, Hellman's is pronounced best
food
foods in the West.
West.
Same thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right then.
So what we did was we actually decided, let's do a little bit of a taste test comparison here, and we wanted to be as scientific as possible. So our scientists in the Run Eat Drink podcast test kitchen created 3 identically appointed and proportioned bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches on, of all things, an American mainstay, Wonder
Wonder
Bread.
Bread.
And we chose Wonder Bread because it's a very neutral flavored bread. It is basically designed for a standard sandwich portion,
Mm.
and again, a little bit of a nod to childhood.
Yeah.
So we didn't have fancy bread when I was growing up. We had Wonder Bread.
We just had, we had the loaves of bread from the store, like Wonder Bread,
And I think that the fanciest we would get would be brown bread, and that was
oh
like
yeah,
Nature's Own.
oh yeah, Nature's Own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we have, and we're going to be doing a taste test comparison of this. But Amy, I has kind of set me up with a discussion that she had in her coffee chat this morning, as I recall, and I've been instructed that we're going to be doing
There
this
you
over here
go.
too.
There you
And
go.
if you were on the last chat, you know that this is involving a independent taste test of the actual product itself first.
Okay.
So this is just a little bit, just an itty bitty bit of the Miracle Whip. Cheers.
It's still too tangy.
It's tangy, sweet, creamy. It's
Nope.
we back in the at least back in the 80s, it used to be marketed as
A salad
dressing. Now I don't know anybody that ever put it on salad.
Like what?
Let us
What?
know in the chat. Did you ever put Miracle Whip on a salad
Or Miracle Whip on anything?
or on anything? Yeah. So okay, there's that. Let's do the next one.
All right. John,
So that's
this is for you.
okay. So that was Miracle Whip, and Miracle Whip is not mayonnaise. It's its own. I think it's its own thing. All right, there we go. A little bit there.
It's its own thing. What would you call that thing?
I don't know. It's a mayonnaise related product. We'll call it that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so again, Duke's is good. It's a little more it's firmer in texture than the Miracle Whip or the Hellman's, and
It's salty.
in my mind, yeah, it's got more of a saltiness to it than a tanginess. Last but not least,
Hellman's.
Hellman's. Dum dum dum.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm trying not to hit the microphone.
I know. I'm the one who does that all the time.
Yes.
Sorry.
Cheers. Okay, that's the mayonnaise I'm used to right there. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little
this is
tangier.
yes.
It's a little looser than
Mhm.
the Dukes, but not so loose. It's not as loose as the Miracle Whip. The Miracle Whip is
It's more like a whipped consistency.
what is?
The Hellmans versus like the Dukes when you look at them.
Why are you leaving them open? Oh, we have to do the perfect bite at the end of the episode. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So, okay. Yeah. And Rhonda says they usually had Miracle Whip growing up. Not a fan anymore. We don't do, we do so little in terms of mayonnaise of any kind now. It's crazy. We have tried a couple of vegan and vegetarian mayonnaises, and it's vegetarian junk food. There is um no
Mm.
healthful benefit to any kind of a mayonnaise because basically it's an emulsion of fat and some other ingredient that's giving it the creamy consistency. But sometimes if you're cooking, excuse me, if you're cooking, you want that texture, the creaminess. You're wanting to add some fat to your recipe, so I get it. Um, and John's like, "Oh yeah, it's good." And John's talking about the Dukes.
Of course.
Cheryl says Miracle Whip is too sweet.
It
I
is.
yeah,
It's like a tangy sweetness.
like I
I
said,
don't
yeah. The only reason it even got
I
mentioned
don't
in
even
that
know.
discussion was my mom would do banana sandwiches with Miracle Whip.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
So
It is
that was
considered salad dressing.
well, and I was going to say Rob remembers, I guess. And John's like, yeah, I'll buy the podcast stickers if everyone votes for Dukes. He wants Dukes to win.
I know. It's okay. We understand.
And yeah, Rob remembers. It's considered a salad dressing, but they don't even say that on the marketing material anymore on the on the label. So this is the dark coffee or dark blend.
Yes. This is the one we're having now.
Okay, now for some reason on this one, I can immediately smell the
The
coffee.
dark blend right there. Got it. Yeah, I smelled it last time.
I didn't, but I do this time, and this one's better. I like
I
this
do.
one.
I like this one better than the vanilla, which makes me think as much as I love caramel, this is probably going to be the best of the three, I would imagine.
It's gonna be the most coffee-like of the three.
Yeah. So who knows?
So
Are we?
we are sciencing it up a little bit here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, as you guys saw, we have a tray of freshly prepared sandwiches. These are all equally prepared. This is applewood smoked bacon, thick cut. This is vine ripened tomatoes, bib or butter lettuce, and a equal portion of the topping du jour or toppings we've been talking about.
And we don't know which one it is.
Sadly,
I
because
can't
I
believe
didn't label them, and then we did the other chat, and then we came in here.
we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to go by taste on this one, Amy. We're gonna have to be podcast professionals here. So
Okay. All right.
let's start here.
Okay.
We're starting with this one.
All right.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, all right. Hang on. You're not even going to dink it? Rhett and Link would be so upset right now.
Dink. The tomatoes are fresh. Everything's fresh,
Mm-hmm.
actually. And one thing I did do was I actually took the time to do good ingredients. And a couple of pro tips for everybody: if you're making sandwiches, especially you're going to do like BLT or something,
Hmm.
get good bacon, get good lettuce, get fresh
Mm-hmm.
tomatoes. It makes all the difference.
Hmm.
So
I think that Duke's is a regional thing. I don't think this is Duke's though in our sandwich.
no, this
You?
is the Hellman's. I think you're correct.
Every damn time. Sorry.
Don't you think?
Hmm?
Don't you think this is the Hellman?
I do. We better pick the Miracle Whip second.
We tried to do the Miracle Whip first, and I
Sure.
legitimately thought that I had picked the sandwiches up in the correct order last time. That didn't happen.
Let's save some of that.
We're gonna save it so we can A/B compare.
Save some of that. John, thank you for commenting about the LED lights that have illuminated some of my favorite reading material that Fun Size Jen so lovingly referred to.
Yeah, I'm still working on like color and brightness, but we're getting there. We are getting there, and we've got the final upgrade coming for installation this week, and then
And,
I'm gonna do like a tour in here for everybody.
mm,
So that'll be pretty cool.
I think, yeah, Rob is talking about Dukes as a regional thing.
It must be. We've never heard of Dukes until I said until about maybe a year or two ago.
And that and I think John is getting a vote in the chat for Dukes.
Good news, dear.
She wants to know what our palate cleanser between each sandwich is, and let me just share with you. It's Coke with coffee.
Coca-Cola with coffee.
This is like the first non-alcoholic chat we've done on a beer chat night.
Okay, Stephanie says there's Dukes with olive oil.
Hellman's has it too.
I've had the Hellmann's with olive
Yeah,
oil, and I really like
it's
that.
really good.
It's a very good mayonnaise.
Am
So
I going to be happy about this or not?
I think you'll be happy.
Is this Miracle Whip or is this?
Yes.
It is. Are you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't ever make a BLT with Miracle Whip.
Okay.
Okay.
Our friends at Kraft Foods, listen, you guys do a lot of things right, and I
Kraft macaroni and
understand,
cheese too.
and
For
I
the win.
understand why you keep Miracle Whip around. I really do. But that said,
No.
it doesn't compare to a good mayonnaise.
No. No.
And I am still kind of shocked that in the broader discussion that started last week,
Hmm.
that real mayonnaise didn't come up in the conversation.
Nobody said anything about it.
No,
Nothing.
not a single person
No.
mentioned it. And I wasn't going to throw that hand grenade into the mix because the debate was
A
raging.
hand grenade.
Yeah, wasn't going to do that. I'm going to have to do a five.
But he made me do. He made a peanut butter, not a peanut butter. He made me a Miracle Whip and banana sandwich,
I did.
and he said I had to eat it.
Well, okay. She makes it sound like it puts the lotion on the skin. It wasn't quite like that. I was making one and I was like, here, I'm going to make one for you. And you can kind of experience a little piece of my childhood.
Which was very nice of you and sweet and a very thoughtful thing.
Just wish it could have been something with mayo instead.
Hmm. I don't know how like Hellman's and banana would be. I don't think that would be
I don't,
because it's so like tangy.
I think that the reason that the banana works is because of the sweetness of the Miracle Whip in that
Yeah,
case.
I don't
So,
think.
yeah, I,
Uh,
I'm going to have to stay with the
yeah,
classic in that respect.
yeah.
All right, last but not least,
All right.
let's try a bite of what I believe is going to be the Duke's sandwich.
Okay. John will be so happy, and so will Stephanie Swan.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Tink.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the Duke's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, 100%.
It's the saltiness.
Duke's is a good bit saltier
Yeah.
than Hellman's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like we might have a tie going on here.
Was it?
Stephanie likes the Dukes, but it looks like Rob is a fan of the Hellmans.
Yeah.
But John's wanting to declare a winner a little early. I think. I'm just saying.
Okay. What what is your opinion?
I think while I see the appeal of Dukes, what I'm looking at, or the way I'm looking at it, is at least from our perspective of what we are serving it on tonight,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the optimal choice because the dog is on my microphone cord down here. Move, babe. Move.
Cheryl Dukes for the win. We're negotiating dogs
Yeah.
right now. We love you, baby.
Negotiating mean I'm losing the negotiation.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So okay, and Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Cheryl may have tipped the balance in
Well,
Duke's
that's
favor.
like 3 for Dukes. And
Yeah.
then Rob has got Hellman's.
Rob's got Hellman's. I am personally coming down on the side of Hellman's.
So
I
am I.
understand the appeal
So am I.
of Duke's, but like on this sandwich in particular, we used bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon is salted and cured. So for me, that's too much salt. That's
But
salt on salt,
tasting them independently, I also like the Hellman's because it's not too sweet
right?
and it's not too salty on its own. So
Okay.
that's just me. I mean, everybody's got to have their own flavor. You do you. Yeah.
No,
Right?
this well, there's only one wrong answer in this whole debate.
It's Miracle Whip. That's what it is. And even Rondalee, like, oh, she had Miracle Whip growing up and she's not a fan anymore. I just don't, it's too sweet.
It's a purpose-built condiment. I'm just saying. Again,
What is its purpose?
its purposes for
Oh, banana sandwiches. Sorry.
in my mind is for banana sandwiches
Yeah.
exactly. So again, I have a very very small culinary window that it fits in, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
all right. So in the last chat, we were asked by our friend James J. Williams from over there at the what?
People are laughing at us.
Down with Miracle.
Down with Miracle Whip. Down with it. I'm sorry.
Mouse Ears and Magic Podcast. James J. Williams.
Are you in the chat still? Because if you're not, we're not doing it.
Yes, I'll do it.
Are you really going to do it?
I'm doing it as we speak, dear.
Okay.
So I've gotten a little bit of. It's like crossing the streams, though. I've gotten a little bit of each of these 3 ingredients on a spoon.
Okay.
Just a little. Nothing crazy. So.
Does that mean I have to do it too?
Well, I mean, if you want to be one of the cool kids, all the cool kids are doing it. And we're going to try all 3 mixed.
Am I not just cool? Or you didn't even wait for me?
I did not. I wanted to get it over with. Okay. That actually is not bad.
Did you have equal parts?
I did. I'm not cheating this. If you're going to do it, right? I think that the mayonnaise actually mellows out the Miracle Whip. So where it's really sweet and really tangy, you just get a little sweet and a little tangy.
And a little bit of salt.
We're just having a little taste. It's just like, think of it as like just licking the
James J. Williams said we had to do it.
Yeah, we're just tasting a little bit of the condiment there.
James J. Williams said we had to do all 3 together.
He called that the perfect bite because when we sent him those Brock's turkey
you remember
dinner,
the Thanksgiving dinner chat that we had, where we had the Thanksgiving dinner candy corns from Brock's, and we had to try all of them at once. Well, we sent those to James J. Williams, and
he had them live.
He had them on his live show, and then he cursed us for having the perfect bite,
which was one of each of the different flavors combined. So he asked us to do a perfect bite here. And I am a little disappointed that he's not here to enjoy that.
I know, man.
But actually, I think that our perfect bite wins because it mellows out that tangy sweetness of the Miracle Whip, and then you just kind of get the a mayonnaise-y kind of thing. So, yeah. So apparently I did
Mm,
okay with the sandwiches. You're just not a fan of the Miracle Whip on the sandwich.
no.
Okay. Well, there we go. So
Mhm,
we did good.
mhm.
So I'm a fan of this right here. This Coca-Cola with coffee, the not the caramel or the vanilla, but just the dark brew.
Mhm.
Is that what's called? The dark brew?
Mm, stand by. Dark blend.
Dark blend.
Dark blend. So Stephanie Swan wants us to brown the grilled cheese sandwiches with the mayo.
That is actually a great tip. I actually have a
But
couple of.
didn't somebody in the chat say they had done it already and it doesn't work as well as butter?
Oh, see, I disagree. I think it does.
You've done it both ways?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome studio. Hate Miracle Whip.
Hey, Alan. Alan's from my work. Thank you for jumping in, man. Yeah, we're working on it. Still a bit of a work in progress,
Yeah.
but we're getting there. We've got the new computer coming this weekend, and we're going to be transferring all of our daily operation to the. Well, okay. Well, we have part of the new computer coming this weekend. Once the actual whole computer setup gets up and running, then I've got like 1 day to get the computer up and going before we have to either record or or set up like a guerrilla reporting set up somewhere while we're kind of in between computer
Computers.
setups. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Yeah, I think using mayo instead of butter to brown your grilled cheese is great. That wouldn't be a bad mayo test, actually.
Do you use the Kraft American singles in the grilled cheese?
I think if you're doing grilled cheeses at home and you're wanting to go, it depends on what you're doing.
Classic.
If you're wanting to go classic Americana, I think that like a Kraft singles is the only way to go.
Hmm.
If you're wanting to get fancy with your grilled cheese, then you got to start looking at things like Fontina, Gruyere,
Fancy.
uh, Gouda.
Oh, smoky.
So you got to look at those cheeses. But you
Yeah.
either regardless of what you choose, going with fancier cheeses, then you also have to up your bread game because if you're doing classic American grilled cheese, it's Wonder Bread and Kraft singles, and
Hmm.
that's kind of it.
Hmm.
Perfect for dipping in your tomato soup.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're going fancy, then you get something like a brioche,
Hmm.
a pretzel roll, even can
Oh.
do it that way. And then you go with your higher fat cheeses. And
Mm.
yeah, it can be pretty, you can do some pretty awesome stuff. We went to a place in Los Angeles called Beer Belly,
Oh, yeah.
and they did a really kicked up grilled cheese that was like Fontina and Gruyere, that type of thing. Well, now,
Oh,
okay.
like with butter
Now
versus mayo.
Cheryl says she prefers the flavor of butter. I get it now.
Yeah.
Now this is here's another like
Yes.
controversial
Yes.
debate.
Oh, no.
My
Oh,
my
no.
mom
Oh, no.
when she would do grilled cheeses, and I to this day don't think anything really works quite as well as this. She wouldn't use sticks of butter,
No?
squeeze butter or squeeze margarine, I should say,
Uh,
parquet,
She used parquet?
squeeze parquet, and you put that on the
I
outside
don't
of your
think so.
sandwich, and you grill that.
Mm-mm,
Uh-huh.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
Parquet.
Mhm.
No. Butter.
I'm telling you. Oh,
Oh.
hold on. Stephanie's dropping some culinary knowledge
Look at
here.
this. Yes.
European version, brie and fresh blackberries and sage. Yeah. Now you're talking.
Mm.
And again, you're
Oh
talking
my
about a super fatty cheese that will melt and spread and stretch and come on. Come on.
god.
That's
Mm.
that's
Oh
fantastic.
my,
That does sound good.
that
The
would be
dog agrees too.
yes, that would be so good. That was Danny. She was like, "Yes, I'll have some. Thank you."
So I actually enjoy the Cokes.
Yeah.
We've definitely like tonight's dinner was all about BLTs. That's we basically between the two of us ate probably two sandwiches each.
Yeah.
So
But it's okay.
that's about all I had, except for a little snack earlier today. So
Yeah.
oof. but I could definitely run a 5K right now just
Mhm.
to.
Yeah.
But I see that you brought something else out here, something special for this chat for these folks, the after hours crowd, so to speak. What do you have
I
here?
have beer.
There's a shock.
Are you shocked? To let us know in the chat if you're extremely shocked.
Well, thank you, Steph. We actually tried to apply
Yeah.
some science. We literally portioned out exactly the same thing for each sandwich.
Oh my
So we
god.
were trying to be as scientific as possible. No additional condiments, no additional spices. Normally, if I were doing this,
James J. Williams
James,
is in the chat.
if you jumped out,
Did you see the perfect bite?
we did the
We did it
perfect
for
bite.
you. Oh,
Yeah, we did the perfect bite.
it was okay.
Again, I think our perfect bite was better than your perfect bite. But
Well, we
yeah,
forced him to have a perfect bite. It was terrible.
we didn't force him. He knew it was internet gold to do that.
I know, Rhonda Lee, you're so shocked, aren't you?
So shocked.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that.
This Wizard Wit, we had Kevin Abbott from Barrel and Monks Brewing at the beginning of February,
We did.
and he talked with us, you know? Oh, we had to get ready for work. He missed it.
Well, the good news is you'll be able to watch it on replay and find our perfect bite.
Yeah.
We do it after the sandwiches, just so you know. That was the last
Yeah.
thing that we did as far as the food goes.
hmm So I love this Wizard Wit. It's a great Belgian flavor beer.
I'm going to take the lower third off for a second because I want everybody to see what's going on here. I've got
Oh, do it. Yes.
I've got a co-host here who's kind of making an
Oh,
appearance.
it's Buck.
This is Buck.
I love Buck.
He's not loving on me. He just smells food.
Yeah, he wants the bacon.
Yeah.
There is your Wizard Wit, sir.
He's our old man.
He has his nice gray face. You see the gray face.
You
He's
can't
so
help,
precious.
Can't help but see that gray face. That gray face is
So precious.
popping
He's
under
like
the
he's
studio
10
lights.
years old. James J. Williams says Duke's won, right? I think that John Schroeder should chime in and say, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I think that actually legitimately Dukes did win in this group here.
I believe it did.
So
I believe it did.
yeah.
Yeah. Although we are Hellman's people, I guess.
We are Hellman's people. I think that, and again, we could always, do a part 2 of this at some point in the future. Although I'm kind of managed out, I think for quite a while.
Yeah.
But we might be able to do okay. Like consider this like the first bracket.
Oh God, there's a bracket.
Well, arguably, some people might even say, maybe our friends at Kraft Foods might even say that these three were competing, or these two are competing to go up against Kraft Real Mayonnaise. I don't know. Again, Kraft Real Mayonnaise didn't even make the discussion last week.
So we didn't even get it at all. Yeah.
Of course. Look at here. Hashtag Team Dukes. Oh boy. Yeah, Wizard Wit. If you can get this beer and you like wheat or wit beers,
I just like the
this
artwork
is
too.
a fantastic beer that has orange peel and coriander and wheat in the malt mash.
It's good stuff. Can we do some cheese tests?
Don't you threaten me with a good time, Stephanie.
I mean, who doesn't like a good charcuterie? Where's the bell?
We actually need to. There are a couple local spots here that do charcuterie, like big charcuterie plates.
Fantastic ones
That you can order. And we have featured one from one of our favorite local breweries here, 8 Foot Brewing.
Oh, yeah. God, it was so good.
And Roger over at 8 Foot does an amazing job. Oh, hold on. Why is James Bell? What?
Because we said charcuterie and they said
charcuterie.
yes. And ours is a weather bell, but on the Be Our Guest podcast, whenever they say charcuterie, they ring a bell.
I got you.
So that's where it came from.
This is not for you. You cannot have any.
No.
We try to avoid anything. Well, I'd like to say we have tried to avoid human food for the dogs. We really don't. But since going primarily vegetarian and vegan 6 days a week, I am shocked and amazed at the things that dogs are willing to eat.
It's like,
Broccoli,
yeah.
nuts,
I
berries,
wasn't shocked about the nuts. I was more shocked about the fruits and vegetables.
yeah, carrots.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're weird.
So, I mean, what are you going to do, right?
Hello,
Hello, Dan
Dan
Rams.
Rams. Jenks, you owe me a Coke.
We already had it.
We already had the Coke. That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Cape Coral Running Group is doing a run this weekend, I believe. I
Perhaps.
think I saw an event pop up earlier today.
Sandoval, is it?
I think so.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere locally. Dan, where are you guys running this weekend? Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know for sure. So, I think we've had a pretty. Oh, your dog is obsessed with carrots. Yeah, I totally don't. I mean, like, this precious boy will eat all sorts of vegetables that I didn't know dogs would like,
I don't even know if he likes them. I think he just eats them because we do.
and he loves us.
No, sir, you're not.
We are not having bacon.
Nope. Go now. Go.
Ah.
Goodness.
So Dan Rams put the 7:30 a.m. Sunday.
Sunday at Cape Royal. Okay, golf course.
Yeah.
Ooh, that might be a hilly one. Choose your own distance.
Right now, I'm only just. Yeah.
She's not cleared to run. If I can get there, I'll try because that'll be.
They have walkers too. They have
Oh, yeah.
but I'm not cleared to do very far right now. So stay tuned.
This is a lovely beer. What an
It
excellent
is.
selection. Now again, if we're doing anytime we ever do anything, if there is a sponsor, we will tell you guys up front and repeatedly. So none
There's
of these
no
companies
sponsor.
here
Yeah.
are sponsoring anything.
No, not Wonder Bread.
And after us
None of the mail.
bitching about Miracle Whip, the likelihood of Kraft
They're never gonna know.
Kraft Foods is probably
Kraft
never
is like, screw you.
even though we love a lot of their products.
I love Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
I love it. And like,
Or as some of our friends if in Europe might call it Kraft dinner.
Oh,
I believe that's what it's called there.
it is. Okay. But Chef Boyardee, you know the Chef Boyardee pizzas?
Yes.
The kits? Is that Kraft?
I believe so.
Okay. Because I don't know. But those are the things that I remember from childhood: Kraft macaroni and cheese and like Chef Boyardee.
This dog thinks he's being slick. I love you.
He wants
I can love you closer to the food.
to the bacon. I can love you closer to the bacon.
Good grief. Come on.
I think it's been a successful chat.
I think it has. I think that we have explored every aspect of these mayonnaise and mayonnaise related products. I think that we
it's going to be a long time before we actually do
conducted a thorough scientific study.
We did
with strict controls put in place.
Yeah.
So the staff and the Run Eat Drink podcast
random.
labs and test kitchens really did earn their money today, and we thank the scientists and culinary professionals for that. We have a new comment.
Yeah.
Ooh, cooking
tip. When making Kraft macaroni and cheese, put some
shredded Taco Bell spiced cheese in it. That actually sounds amazing.
And then top it with Frank's hot sauce.
Amy absolutely does that. Okay, Cheryl, if I'm going to eat processed cheese food, Velveeta shells and cheese all day.
That's good.
It is good, but
now we're having a debate on this.
Well, okay, just so you guys know, there's going to be a similar study with Bagel Bites and Totino's pizza rolls. That's coming. It's just we couldn't do it all in one sitting because honestly, I am so full.
Oh my God, I can't
right now.
Oh my God, I can't do it.
2 sandwiches each.
Yeah,
oh.
It's
and that's more meat than I'm normally used to.
We had a long time.
So, anyway,
yes,
but we are going to be doing that. That's coming.
Yeah,
I just don't know exactly when.
We'll plan it. We'll let everybody know.
But yeah, mac and cheese test.
We'll create an event on Facebook so that people know. Yeah, mac and cheese is now gotta. Yeah.
And Rob says, I look forward to your chat. Says, I'm not big into TV, and after driving all day, it helps out.
Well,
Well,
I'm glad
that's
everybody could tune
and
in.
that's the idea. Yeah, we got honestly over the last year. We were talking about this at work a lot today.
Were you?
Like what a year it's been,
Yeah.
and how
Mm.
much so many people that I work with and know have tuned out the news,
Yeah.
and that actually has helped them be a little bit happier and
Mm.
not as scared, not as
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah. Well, they're
and
going for shock value, aren't they?
it's just yeah, yes, of
Coming.
course. I mean, anybody who's selling ads and selling eyeballs is, but
Yeah.
but the you know but they were like, yeah, what are you doing instead? Well, a lot of them are talking about podcasts. A lot of them are
Yeah.
talking about live streams, and
Hmm.
so we kind of jumped on it early, just offering some place for people to retreat for an hour a week,
Yeah.
and and it's actually become a retreat for us.
Yeah. And it's evolved. I think like we have beer, but sometimes we don't. We just talk about whatever in running. We show off medals. We talk about all sorts of stuff.
Oh, good night, Cheryl.
Good
Cheryl's
night.
signing off.
Good night, Cheryl. Yeah,
We will be in a little bit.
yeah,
I think we got about 4 or 5 more minutes here.
yeah,
But yeah, so it's just turned into a great way for us to share a little bit of time with you guys and give you some place to tune out the world for a bit.
yeah,
And glad we could help with that.
yeah.
And of course the podcast too. And giving you something to listen to when you're running, or giving you
Hmm.
something to keep you motivated to keep running if you're a runner.
Hmm. I think the stories that Bart tells this week, they are wonderful. He had some great stories last time talking about his mom and talking about meeting his sponsor children at the Comrades Marathon. But
Yeah.
I think that he talks about some great stuff this time around.
Oh yeah. I
Some great stuff.
We had him for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
We broke that interview into 3 parts.
Mhm.
We could have talked to him for 90 more and not been tired of it. He might have gotten tired of
No.
it.
No, I wanted to
Yeah.
ask him about a couple of other experiences he
Because
had, but
you look at a guy whose career spanned how many years?
40 some years.
Yeah, and he's traveled the world multiple times. He's
Mhm.
done a marathon on every continent.
Yeah.
He's got all these incredible stories, and we just scratched the surface in that 90-minute
Yeah. I
interview.
wanted to talk to him about the burro racing from his book and like
That's Burrow, as in
like a
little donkey.
donkey. And then I wanted to talk to him about um the race at the nudist colony that he did. But
Yeah.
we ran out of time.
And this is a family-friendly podcast.
No, well, I mean, I don't think it would have gotten any kind of not family friendly, but I think it's interesting to talk about the things that go through your head and you actually get there and you find it's just regular people, you know? So, I'm just saying. So, Dana, give Dukes a chance with a different
We
sandwich.
love you too, and
Oh, Stephanie,
I
we
will
love
try it
you.
with something less
Rob, we love you
salty.
too.
The again, for this
Cheryl,
particular one,
Dan,
it was just
Rondalie.
saltier mayonnaise on a meat that is
S-
salt cured.
Already. Yeah.
So,
So
or at least smoked.
the vehicle I think has to do with that, maybe. So
I did also learn something else. I don't find myself missing Wonder Bread too much.
really?
Yeah, I mean, as a
Mm.
kid, it's kind of yeah, it's a delivery vehicle for what's inside the sandwich.
Mm. Somebody in the other chats, maybe it was Cheryl or Darlene. I don't remember. But over in the Instagram chat, somebody was like, "Yes, the sandwiches or the tater tots or the fries or whatever it is or the macaroni is just a delivery vehicle for the condiment."
Yep, absolutely.
And I just think it's like the sides that you have and like there's a reason that when you go to a Cracker Barrel or when you go to Homecoming in Disney Springs that they do make a whole dinner out of just sides.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And and I never, when I do that, I never feel like I uh,
You're
am
missing
missing
out.
anything. No,
Mhm.
not at all.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant here in the Cape Coral Fort Myers area. It's called the Farmers Market.
Yeah.
It is not a farmers market, but yeah, that's what it's called.
Mhm.
And they serve a lot of Southern food and soul food, and they do
Mhm.
a plate of sides, and it's like four sides or five sides,
Mhm.
and you get this monster pile of food, and I mean it's you know, gosh, collard greens, fried okra, mashed potatoes.
Mm.
Gosh,
Mm.
what else? I mean, they do like a cheesy broccoli, I think. I mean, just a bunch of different things. So good.
Mac and
And by the
cheese.
time it's all done, you're stuffed.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
that's that,
Yeah.
and that place is dirt cheap to eat at, and the food's amazing.
Mm.
The only drawback is the neighborhood it's in
Oh,
for
well.
that particular one.
Well, I mean, you there are little holes in the
It's a
wall,
hole in the wall. You got to be willing to drive over there,
all
and you know,
different
but it's
holes in
worth
the
it.
wall. I just think it's kind of like when my dad and I used to go to concerts, and we've talked about this before, over on the other coast,
When you would drive
passing
through
through
like
Clewiston,
Clewiston,
and hole in the wall, don't even remember the name of the market, tamales out of this world.
they
So,
were.
yeah. So I just think you never know where you're going to get the gems.
This is true.
It's true.
So we would encourage you guys when you're
And meet the nicest people.
in
So,
your travels,
yeah.
keep
Yeah.
keep an open mind for
Hmm.
some of the most amazing food that
And,
might be in.
and you find it talking to the locals
Yes,
or people who have gone to that race or got visited that town that you know. And yeah, I think that's where you find the hidden gems. Yeah.
I've been to California for work. I've ended up going to some places over in Oakland for Indian food. I ended up going to what was it, um, like Koreatown for that place, Pork Belly or Beer Belly.
Gosh, yeah, we drove forever.
And it was amazing, amazing food. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have no problem going off the beaten path.
Yes. Yes. So I just, yeah.
Just a piece of sand waiting to become a pearl. What a great way to look at that.
Yes.
Yes.
Stephanie Swan for the win.
Look at her dropping some metaphors. Yes. Like
It's
or as it's a simile.
right.
See, I paid attention in English class,
Oh, I
and
thought that
and
I
I'm kind of
taught you
hitched to
something.
an English teacher.
I thought I might have taught you something, but
You did.
no, you learned it in English class before you.
Well, I call like the first 5 years of our marriage English class. So
In a bad way?
no,
Okay.
back when you were teaching English.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love I love Shakespeare. It has a lot to teach you.
it does. So, anyway, we do have a new episode in the feed
I'm
that went
getting
up.
off my soapbox. Yeah. We do.
That
We do. We do. We have a new episode in the feed that features this guy.
I'm Bart Yasso, and you're listening to the Run, Eat, Drink podcast.
Yeah. Sorry.
So
I'm
please
sorry.
check it out. It
Sorry.
is the new episode this week is part 2 of our interview with Bart. Part 3 is coming this week.
Yeah.
If you missed part 1, it is in the feed.
It's fantastic.
You'll love it. He is so nice, and his stories are great. I mean, it was just so much fun to talk with him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and as far as the food and drink this week, we are talking,
Shepherd's pie
yeah, a recipe for you guys for a healthful shepherd's pie.
and a wine recipe.
And
You're shocked. I know.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
And it is one of our favorites. It's actually a recipe that we do every year.
In the winter months.
Yes.
So warming the soul.
And we wanted to show some love to everybody who's not in Florida and give them a
Yeah.
beverage that was going to be weather appropriate, given
Mhm.
the fact that not everybody can run around in shorts and flip flops right now.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
you have it.
We're lucky. But
Well, guys, thank you for joining us tonight here. If you came over from the Instagram chat, we really appreciate the fact that you did 2 hours
Wow.
with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So this has been phenomenal, and we're glad that we could give you guys a little respite from the world.
Yeah.
So Amy's going to be doing a coffee break in the morning on Instagram, late
Sure.
morning,
Sure.
and yeah, we'll have some more
Tomorrow's
stuff
Friday,
up.
right? Yeah.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
So, until then, we will see you guys later. We're going to
Yeah.
get this all cleaned up and
Cheers to you.
figure out what to do with this Miracle Whip.
Um, somebody's got to need it. Not us.
Cheers.
Bye. Have a great weekend, everybody.